Okay, this is Chris from Beers in Japan. I'm standing with my good friend Michael, who came from the States for the purpose of opening up what is an incredibly great restaurant here in Kyoto. It's, as far as I know, the only restaurant.
There's two in Japan.
Oh, two in Japan.
Serve Cajun cuisine.
Okay. I'm wrong. I stand corrected. There's two in Japan that serve Cajun cuisine, and you're one of the two.
That's
right.
correct.
So, Michael, please tell us why you started this restaurant.
I left the States, had an Italian restaurant in Houston, Texas. Moved out here after spending a month in Japan, and so I wanted to bring that taste and flavor here.
That's awesome.
Cajun food is a quite spicy food, but it's made with a lot of roux, which is very common here. Curries, roux in Japanese cooking. Also, rice is a main ingredient in a lot of dishes. So I thought it would pair nicely, and that the Japanese would eventually, once they tried it, realize that it's wonderful, tasty, and created a bar with some really great food.
So, no, he opened up the restaurant like right when the COVID thing hit.
Right when it looked like it was under control here. Signed a lease, did the build out. 3 months later, boom, closed the doors, opened the doors, closed the doors, opened the doors. So we finished our first year in April, but probably were only open 5 months during that time.
And I think that's a testimonial to how great the food is during that period. He was able to survive despite that rough start. And now things are starting to pick up. I personally ate here 4 or 5 times, and I absolutely love it. We've done our Super Bowl party here last time. So how long were you a chef in the States?
I was an avid cook since I was about 8 years
Okay.
old. Mom was not a great cook, so I started cooking myself.
I see.
Most of my restaurant experience was operations, but I'm skilled in the kitchen, and I've created a really nice menu. All my own recipes. Everything's handmade here. Sauces, spice mixes, I do myself, as some of the spice mixes aren't really available in Japan, so I have to create them.
If someone comes, what's the dish you think they absolutely should try?
Well, the poor boys, which is a famous New Orleans sandwich. American-sized sandwiches are hard to come by in Japan. Quite thin usually in Japan. Little meat, a lot of white bread.
Yeah.
We have beautiful, large fried shrimp, fried oysters or combination on a beautiful, freshly sourced French bread here, and it comes with a homemade remoulade, pickles, tomatoes, lettuce. It's absolutely fabulous. And the gumbo, which is what we're going to cook today. And if we have time, we're going to also do a little of my fresh breaded catfish, which also is quite delicious. So
that's what I think. Michael has been kind enough to actually show us how he produces or makes some of the food. So this is a rare opportunity. I mean, most of the restaurant videos that I do, I'm just a customer there, and I eat there, and I don't have the connection to hook up to actually get in the kitchen, but today we do. So let's jump into the kitchen and see what we got here. Well, we're in the kitchen, but let's take a look.
Show you guys how I make my New Orleans seafood gumbo, which is comprised of shrimp, okra, and oysters, with a mixture of a mirepoix, made in France, would be carrots, onions, celery. However, Cajun cuisine replaces the carrots with green peppers. Now in Japan, the bell peppers are much tinier than America, so you have to use about 4 of these to equal 1 American-sized bell pepper. Now on the onions, this recipe calls for 1 medium onion. So now we're ready to get going. One of the main ingredients in a good gumbo is the roux. A roux is quite simple. It's equal parts oil and flour. You need to do this on a medium-low heat and constantly stir. So here you have a finished product, which is a dark chocolate roux. This probably took, like I said, about an hour of patient stirring. All right, so now everything's prepped. We have 1,000 grams of cut okra. We have 2 cups of chocolate roux. We have 2 bell peppers chopped. We have 2 medium onions chopped. So we start with the roux. We put it in our pot. The roux will give it a ton of flavor because with the chocolate roux, the flour sort of gets a nuttiness, a richness that you won't get in a lighter roux. It will also thicken the soup. We're going to turn that on a medium-low heat, and we're going to add our bell pepper, our onions. A lot of gumbos require celery too. This one doesn't because we're using okra. But celery, pimon or green pepper, and tamanegi or onion is what they call the Holy Trinity. It's the base of most New Orleans style cooking, Cajun cooking. We're just going to stir this, going to caramelize it, get everything nice and translucent. About 2 minutes, and then we'll add the rest of the ingredients. Not all of them, but most of them. Alright, now that everything is sauteed and caramelized and translucent, the onions have had some time to get a little more tender, we add in 8 cups of I use a beef broth that I soak in shrimp shells to give it a nice flavor. We're going to have 2 400 gram cans of diced tomatoes. We're going to add 4 bay leaves, 3.5 tablespoons of Cajun seasoning, 4 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, 2 teaspoons of sugar. I use a brown sugar. I think it gives it a little more richness than just plain refined sugar. Then we put in something I can't tell you, but this is the flavor.
Oh, the secret sauce.
Yeah. That I have to kill Chris.
You'd have to kill me if I reviewed
Yeah,
it.
that I'd rather not do. Okay, then I'm just going to stir this up. I'm going to bring this to a boil, turn it down about 20 minutes. Let it soak in the flavors. After 20 minutes, we put in the okra.
Man, I can tell you guys that the smell's already amazing.
The okra also will give it a lot of, as you know, if you've ever used okra, it's a slimy vegetable. So it produces slime. Wow. But that works in a gumbo. It makes it real rich and thick. In about a couple minutes, we'll be back and we'll show you the finished product. All right, right now we're just going to do some simple freshwater catfish. This is a catfish out of Vietnam, a very sizable fish, but with beautiful white, fleshy, delicious fish. In Japan, it's called namazu, and they really don't like namazu. I have to always convince them to try it, and they always love it. Then we're going to do a quick egg wash. It's 1 tablespoon of milk to every egg you use. And I like to always do double. Blend of panko, cornstarch, flour, and then some other ingredients. Shake off a little of the excess, put it in there. Depending on the thickness of the fillets of fish, you have to adjust your temperature. Usually something about like this takes about 4 minutes at about 173, 174 degrees Celsius on your fryer. Drop it in, start a timer. Now, when you're frying, deep frying, when things start coming to the top, they're basically done.
All right, man. I cannot wait to dig into this. I've had A few other dishes here, like the pulled pork sandwich and a few other things. I've not had the catfish. I think I've had the gumbo before, haven't I?
I've had chicken and sausage gumbo, but I can't get the andouille sausage anymore.
I'm not sure if I had this particular one, but I had gumbo. So cheers, thank you.
Cheers to you. Thank you, Beers in Japan.
We'll give you a try.
It's a great time. Enjoy. Come by. Hope to see you sometime in the near future.
Okay, here we go.
Gion, Kyoto Gion district.
Yeah, in Gion, that's important. That's one of the most famous districts.
Bar Orleans.
There's gonna be a link below in the description. Let's go ahead and try this. Wow, it really falls apart. I mean, it's like so soft. It's unbelievable. Look how soft this is. It's insane. Wow. This is fucking amazing, guys. I mean, seriously, you have to try this.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna dig in. I took pictures of this earlier, but to show you guys. Nice up and close there. Wow. Let's try this out. What is rice?
Yeah, it's rice. It's rice, fresh cut negi with the gumbo on it.
Wow. This is awesome.
With some nice big oysters and good stuff.
Wow. You can see the look on my face. Like this is holy shit. The shrimp, these tiny little shrimp into the rice. Oh my God, this is
good dish. So you asked me why I did Cajun here? Because the food is just...
This is incredible, guys. And there's only 2 places in Japan to get it, and this is one of them. And I know him personally, and I can highly recommend this shop.
Well, I've heard very good things about Bistro New Orleans. And having 2 people presenting this food is better than just one.
That's good. Oh, because it increases the popularity.
Yep.
Okay. All right, cheers, my friend. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for coming.
I highly recommend you get out to Bar Orleans, and we'll see you in the next video.
Sayonara.
Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Love you all.